Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spearhead cast. Me Matt. We have two of you all here on the fields of Finenkendonk. I've added with the American or British update, I believe. I think it's the British update. It's on the Eastern Front today. Let's go for the players. There's the Germans. We have Blockma. No wait. This is the Soviets. I need to change the angle. My bad. Represent the Soviets. We have Blockmaster as Tank Destroyer. That's gonna be interesting to see. And we have Siege, the Lord of Change themselves. Wonder what they're doing here. They're gonna be playing as Tank Division for the Soviet Union. Should be interesting. Representing the Germans. We have a range car with Panzer Division for the Wehrmacht. And we have Manolomex. I've read that before. I don't know why that was reading in my mind. With Sturm tactics for the Waffen-SS and going straight up for double Wallonians. Okay, so that's gonna try and get some early infantry out and secure some ground. So the Germans are going to try and spread out to secure the southern flank as well. So it's spreading a little bit around. Now Tank Destroyer and Tank is a good combination. Generally so is Panzer just in any team game for the Germans. Panzer just overall is a very good commander late game. Need to see how Sturm does. Sturm can also be very potent depending on how you play it. The Stormtiger is just so good late game. Sabba's definitely not doing the best, so they have to relocate. Bad angle. Wallonians and the Sturm Pioneers. And they have several Grenadiers moving around and securing territory here for the Wehrmacht. Soviets are spreading out with their conscripts and sappers to secure more ground. And good to see. Yes, this Lord of Change has some very convoluted plan in mind. And we have the Blockmasters constantly pushing up here. They are going to try and overrun the Sturm Pioneers by the looks of it. Perfect time to do it early on. Wallonians try to come up as well. All tops going at the 9, the cover. Ooh, lot of Molotov going out. But one, the conscript might go down here, yeah. Wallonians on the flank takes care of them. Conscripts got a lot of good shots in though. That is still being a problem. We do have Vansoviki coming up behind it. Wallonians rushing up. We also have a Kuppelwagen here. Conscripts have to pull back at this point. Okay, well, we have the Wehrmacht still holding up down here. Soviets are securing more of the map though. Actually, it looked like it, because the Wallonians moved here, Sappers moved up from the other flank, from Siege. Activating one of his plans. Conscripts holding the flank though. Grenadiers moving up behind this down Stuka. Try and get some shots in. Conscripts also rushing up quickly. Just need to keep field presence up. Good old Eastern Front battles, everyone. Lots of field presence from both sides if they need to. Germans have managed to pull through down here. Oh, wait! Oh, Siege managed to pull out another sneaky one. I suppose that's what we expect from Siege. Well, Soviets actually managed to cut off the fuel here. I guess they're certainly living up to their name. Oh, we have a little bit of lag spike. That was weird. Soviet Vansoviki still inside the house there, in the farm. More Vansoviki come down here now for Siege. Grenade going out for them though, so they have to pull back. We are seeing manpower upgrades from one of Maxim coming up for the northern flank of the Soviet Union. Conscripts are having a long firefight here. Sappers quickly rushing down to flank. Sappers are actually surprisingly useful. Just because their squad acting as a pistol, which can actually help in close to medium range, as we can see. But the Germans have secured more of the southern flank now. But they caused a lot of damage here for the Germans, which is good to see. Big Soviet push now going for the fuel, and there's not enough to hold it. I don't think this Wallonian squad can hold against all these Soviets. Soviets are trying to overpower it. All top going out. Germans have smart enough to pull back. They will give this cover to the Soviet Union. We have an MG-34 sitting up here. Kuppelwagen could be relocating as well. Lawrence is still trying to hold on. Wehrmacht's holding the southern flank firmly. Yeah, seeing more troops coming out here for Siege now. Ooh, and now it looks like we have a good angle here for the Waffen-SS to set up with the MG-34. Also a good thing for Nano to to use the Valonians. It's a lot cheaper infantry early game, so you can definitely give them a little bit more of a field presence against the Soviets of all things. And you generally want the field presence if you find the Soviet Union, because they're gonna try and be everywhere you cannot be. So just pushing a bit more Frontaviki. Looks like both Soviet players are relying a little bit more on more professional troops today, rather than conscripts, which I am not against. I personally use Frontaviki more than conscripts. I prefer Frontaviki. I feel like them being more specialized than professional troops is just a good thing for them. They're a little bit more reliable, in my opinion. Conscripts just die so quickly. D34 moving around here. A little bit of a lull in the fighting, but the Soviets... Oh, there was a mine! I completely missed there was a minefield set up. Very smart there. Good job there from the Wehrmacht, from Orange Karma. We are seeing your Panzergrenadiers coming out as well. Conscripts trying to hold the center here, but that's a lot of Volksgrenadiers with MP40s now. That's a lot of assault potential here for the Wehrmacht. Don't underestimate the MP40s and the Volksgrenadiers. It's actually a very reliable submachine gun. There's a Grenadier coming up here. Finding some long-range firepower with their rifles. R98s. More MP40s quickly rushing up here. Maxim holding the flank though. And some Valonians have already gotten the Sturmgewehrs quickly. One of the unique upgrades you can give to them pretty fast. Honestly, Sturm can get a lot of Stormgewehrs, but I think everyone kind of guessed that by the name. Once we get trying to come up here, but there's a lot of Volksgrenadiers with the MP40s. From this angle though, I think the MP40s are going to win out against the DPM. Looks like they are. Molotov coming out though. I don't think the Volksgrenadiers have noticed. Oh, that's a nasty Molotov. Trying to get shots in this position. One Volksgrenadier squad goes down. Conscripts are getting close. Trying to get a Molotov off. They die, but they do get the Molotov off. So this looks like the Panzergrenadiers managed to kill them from the flank here with the Sturmgewehr. More Panzergrenadiers are being pulled onto the battlefield. The 15 Panzergrenadiers unique to Panzer Division for the mount is actually really good, by the way. Like, very good infantry, and it's also very reliable with the Sturmgewehrs, obviously. Oh, we have some motor guards here arriving for the Soviets now to hold up the center. Another of the unique squads available to Soviet tank. I think at this range the Sturmgewehr should win. I'm not still sure on the changes to the Sturmgewehrs, how effective it is in certain ranges. Something you have to judge by playing with them and watching them, I imagine. But we can try to get in the Kugelwagen, but they're getting mowed down. Different still holding up there. Soviets still lacking in both fuel points. We do have a T-60 coming up here for the Soviets. Basically, like a T-70, but it's armed with an autocannon instead. It's actually very effective against the German infantry early on. They're able to certain Soviet commanders, not all of them can get the T-60. I believe it's tank and shock that gets the T-60. And that bunker is pointing a very weird way. Is it going to be a supply medic bunker? That would allow the Soviets to reinforce a very wide area. Oh, it needs to avoid getting too close though. But none of these units have very effective long-range AT equipment. I suppose the Volksgrenadiers could get the Panzerfaust. D70 is definitely already showing itself to be a menace. Might see this become a triage station. Indeed it is. Very nice. That's going to allow the Soviets to get a very wide range of reinforcement. People actually underestimate how far reinforcing the triage station for the Soviets give. They really give them a very wide field presence. Panzer II on the field here. I'm not sure what's going to win, a T-60 or Panzer II. Not sure which gun is the most effective. Panzer II opening fire. Panzerfaust though. T-60 down because of the Panzerfaust. Guard station is now set up. Okay, the Soviets want to dig that trench while under fire. And they got cut down. The Lux is now threatening them. And there's too much fire coming their way with all the Panzergrenadiers supporting the Lux, very nice. That's what you want to use Panzer Grenadiers for. They're good at supporting vehicles. It's their whole shtick. Artillery being called in here by the Lux though on the triage area. So it's had to abandon it. But that triage station was not gonna last long. Yeah, there it goes. Keep your man front to weaken the flank here. Equipment being airdropped in this Soviet base. I think, no, that's actually a plane keeping an eye on the Lux. Giving the Soviets an idea of what the Lux is doing. Panzer is pushing up without the tank, but they're still doing pretty well here. Plane corpus to cover retreats. Very nicely played.
We are suffering losses.
He's just pushing up without any fix to stop it, but there's a Sys gun arriving. And the Soviet flank has lost a lot of stuff. We are seeing tank coming up though from one of the players. They keep an eye on where the Lux is going, so the Lux needs to realize that you can just back off safely and wait for it. Oh, plane gets shut down, never mind. It's technically safe to move up again. Oh, you have the Hauptsturmführer here with the Sturmpistol, a unique weapon he has when you're playing a Sturm. Basically a small pistol-like grenade thrower. Calling it some kind of artillery, but there's a lot of machine gun fire coming in on that position. And that's double artillery actually being prepared by the officers. Guess they're gonna completely flatten this front line. Yeah, they're forcing the Soviets back. That's gonna be some heavy mortar shells arriving there. Yeah. Maxim gets taken out.
We have lost a machine gun crew.
Small laser gun arriving here for the Soviets as well. Unique to tank destroyer, I believe. A little bit smaller and cheaper. Artillery called in at the Sys gun. And Panzer Grenadiers making their move. But there's a DPM pointing at that way. That's it. The Sturmgewehren are definitely doing their job here at the long range, at the medium range. Lux had to pull back because of the Sys gun. I think the DPMs are too much for the Panzer Grenadiers though. Force them back. Valonia's trying to push up, but that's just another DPM coming in this angle. DPM is a really nice light machine gun for the Soviets. Really improves their firepower tremendously. Several packs being prepared here by the Storm Tactics SU-76 coming out for one of the Soviet players. Another triage station being prepared. Being dug alongside the motor guards actually. And Panzer Grenadiers are being reinforced. I don't know if they're going to be on with the MP-34 or the MP-40s to supplement. Depends if they want to stay in like a assault role, I guess. Sys trying to hit there with an artillery strike. MP-42 and a Grenadier here to hold the flank. Nice. Valonia's having a long-range firefight with the Soviets. Even having a Panzerjäger with a Panzerbüchse. A little bit of an antiquated weapon at this point in the war, but I suppose it's still useful. Here comes the SU-76, probably being loaded with high explosive shells. So it can serve as a very good early anti-infantry weapon, basically. Guess it's getting a good angle. No pack has arrived yet up here. This SU-76 is going to be a problem. I can't shoot because there's a side blocker. Which might give a pack time to arrive, but I don't see any yet. More heavy artillery being called in here by the German officers. So we have a minefield being laid on the flank, good to see. The heavy mortar sitting around the 40 HQ was set up, so that's a waste of resources really, I think. Oh, Panzer is pushing forward here, but they get suppressed, some of them. Oh, they got MP40s as well, so this is a really good assault unit now. So you can see them mowing down everything out in the open with full automatic gear. I think all of them have automatic weapons now, actually.
One of our emplacements is under attack.
Are they going that way? I don't underestimate fully automatically armed Panzer Grenadiers. That's a lot of firepower. Panzer F1 bombs are pushing up. Frontline threatening up here. What's the SU-76? But it got destroyed? Ah, because the pack arrived, okay. Panzergrenadiers are still threatening here and mowing down all the Soviets. Panzergrenadiers are pulling back though. Very nice to see the Panzergrenadiers fully equipped with automatic weapons though. So they can really perform the assault role they are kind of designed to do. At least the 15th Panzergrenadiers are very assault oriented in my opinion. That's some heavy artillery right there. Laying out most of the lumber yard. Someone's not getting their shipment of lumber anytime soon. Unless they want it very charred. And in splinters. Ooh, MG34 trying to set up here. Grenade going on it though. And we do have the Stormtiger on the flank here with their own Sturmgewehrs. Oh, and he survived, of course he did. But he gets shot there. Ooh, mine goes off, which means the Soviets could rush them. And then Molotov goes in. Yes, they're basically dead. There we go. Oh, that's nasty. F1 pushed up there, but looks like got hit by something. Ah, by the AT gun there. Alonen's pushing up here with the Untersturmführer ordering it. Soviet Kapitan was mowed down. Hauptsturmführer as well, so they're providing a lot of assault buffs here for the Valonians. They're also being very aggressive with the infantry up here, which Sturm is very good at. Sturm is good at assaulting, as the name implies. Other SU-76 arriving for the Soviet Union. Let's see, it's being loaded with high explosives again. Ooh, this could be a problem for the German officers. He's gonna get his artillery strike off though. Force that Maxim to move. Pack is coming up here behind, so the SU-76 is in trouble. Panzer IV-J coming out here for the Sturmtactics. Want to get in positions. Another SU-76 taken out here by the pack. The Frontline can now push up closer. But SU-76 being prepared. It's fairly cheap, I believe. Yeah, only 50 fuel, that's not bad. Very cheap weapon. What the damage it can actually do if you utilize it correctly. Even 476 has arrived here for the tank commander. Looks like some long range shots at the sandbags. Probably to take them out and deny them. Although I think a Pioneer getting up there with a clear cover could also do the same. Montevigi pushing over the fuel. Stormfuel is trying to hold them back. He's been upgraded with the MP34s. And with the Sturmgewehrs on the flank here, it's allowing them to pull back and force the Soviets to not take the fuel still. A good play here from Manonoxums. Not sure how to pronounce that. We just call them Mano. Maxim setting up. Ooh, Siskin opening fire to the artillery in the area too. That's it, it might be the SU-76. But it is a Siskin. One of the Valonians got mowed down by the Maxim though. More Soviets are preparing with 2 conscripts as well. That's a lot of Soviet troops coming this way. T-34 is moving up, but there's a Pack 40 waiting. Oh, no penetration. And now the T-34 notices a Pack loading a high explosive shell. Oh, it only hits the blast shields, saving the Pack crew. But the T-34 manages to drive off safely. They also have a command Stug on the fields. Loading a smoke shell. Right in front of itself. Pulling in artillery. Panzer IV-J has now arrived here. Already being equipped with an MG42 on top. Germans still holding on here with their machine guns now on the Grenadier. That's a lot of firepower that can hold that area. I'll try to. This is a lot of heavy cover fighting, so casualties are not going to be as fast, especially over long range. The MT-42s are winning out the suppression fight. SU-76 in trouble here.
Forces are capturing our supplies.
Oh, but it manages to take out the... With the 80, it manages to take out the Panzer 4J. This little SU-76 is still a threat. Looks like it's manned by sappers, so they was probably decrewed earlier. That's the power of the SU-76 with high explosives. Like, Stormtiger does practically everything. F1 is quickly relocating. Oh, that might be bad for the F1. Yeah. Small 80 gun took it out. Good old Soviet Union right there. General T-34s are preparing here for the tank commander. Need to apply pressure to that pack and take it out somehow. Oh, the Sys gun is definitely trying to do it. Having it able to be used as an artillery piece is very handy. So it's now firmly keeping a hold on that point for now. At least keeping an eye on it. But pack has been saved by the Waffen-SS and they're pulling it back to safety. Stormtiger is pushing up here with these MP-34s. Several T-34s are arriving here. Shows that the tank commander might prepare for a tank push. Stormtiger set up in a very stealthy little spot back there. You can pull an artillery strike in a very cheeky position when he gets sight. T-34s are rushing. Trying past the... Oh, but command shows nearby. T-34s are very close though, so they have higher penetration chance. He is moving it away with Panzerfausts. The man Panzer 2 is in trouble. T-34s need to keep driving. Oh yeah, that T-34 is in trouble now. So it's still fighting along the front line there. But the T-34s have been pushed back. SU-76 is almost repaired, actually.
We have lost one of our armored vehicles.
I don't think the Soviets know there's a Hausturmführer in the rear area to call in artillery strikes now that he has vision thanks to that flare. As this Aufklar, I think. This is where this artillery is gonna hit, probably around here or an AT gun. This SU-76 is ready to move again. Definitely giving the Soviets some mobile weaponry. Oh, landing around here evidently. Okay, now one AT gun.
The enemy has silenced one of our anti-tank guns.
So we still have no idea he's hiding back here. Very cheeky. Water setting up here for the Soviets. Soviet tank command has definitely not been doing too well on their flank anymore. German Panzer command is definitely getting a little bit more work done on their angle, but we've seen a lot of good fighting so far. Good fighting from both sides. SU-76 will shut that from the pack, forcing it back. Oh boy. They have to pull a little bit further back for repairs now.
Command squad on the field.
We also have a Kapitan arriving here for the Soviets to oversee the front line. That was trying to push up, but they're being hit by the Panzer II. Very good command tank, by the way. It helps a lot. One is now landing. We have a Stormtiger now being prepared here by the German storm tactics, so that's going to be able to change the battle a lot. The Stormtiger should not be underestimated at all, especially in a team game, even if this is just a 2v2. So, if the Soviets want to stop that from happening, they need to start pushing rapidly. They are getting an SU-85 by the looks of it. I don't think I'll stop a Stormtiger, unless they can get close. Bungalas is gunner right here. Now the Soviets push a little bit further up with the infantry. Trying to threaten the storm tactics front line. Lux is also in the center now to keep an eye on stuff. Lots of Panzer Grenadiers and Grenadiers holding on. Yeah, fully armed with automatic weaponry. 3 MP40s and 2 Sturmgewehrs. Very nice squad. Tiger tank being prepared by the Germans. Before trying to push up, but that's packs. Oh, I think the Panzer Grenadiers died to an explosion. Ooh, that sucks. So we're calling here by the Soviet Capitan, and he manages it. There we go. It's gonna be a very heavy barrage right there. Doesn't hit a lot though, because the Germans managed to evacuate their troops a little bit. Almost destroyed that bunker though. And now the Stormtiger is almost here. And the Soviets getting more and more units in. Give up the Stormtiger. Very heavy weapon with a huge ass gun. 37cm rocket on it. Well, not really a rocket. It's a rocket propelled mortar. Absolutely insane. And this thing was designed to destroy fortifications, I'm pretty sure. And that it can do. It's a pretty ludicrous weapon and one of Germany's Wunderwaffe ideas, I think. Definitely not as useful in real life as it appears in game, I'm pretty sure, because of the logistics behind it. Good thing the players don't have to deal with that issue. If on the flank here trying to do something. Ooh, we might have the MG-34 being spotted here, yep. But the Soviets know there was only an MG here covering it. Let's see. Stormtiger fighter shot. Looks like a good shot here destroying the HV-85. SU-76 is still driving around. Being a little nutcase. Or a little bitch, as I think the Soviets would call it. Oh, I think they now realize the commander's there. Yep. One of the bodyguards shot. But now there's two Hauptsturmführer been behind their lines. Oh, good shot from the SU. Before pushing down here, Sapper's now pushing up with a minesweeper, good choice. That'll help them clear out that minefield. Panzer Grenadiers are relocated to try and stop that though. That's too threatening on this flank as well. Tiger tank has arrived on the fields. The Panzer Grenadiers don't have any AT weaponry unless they can get very close with the Panzerknacker, so that's not gonna be an easy sell. But the automatic weapons are working out here for now. And the cover is helping them. But the machine guns on the T-34 is definitely taking its toll. So it's able to secure the fuel, I think. With some effort. The Tiger tank is relocating down here. Oh, the Soviets actually don't manage to take it. Here's the Tiger tank. The Tiger tank is just going to drive upwards. The 76 is not the best tank to deal with a Tiger. You need something heavier like the 85s. Third jammed on the T-34. But the Panzer Grenadiers are being shot from various angles through the woodlands. Up here the Germans are still keeping an eye on the fuel. They want to get in there, I think. Probably waiting for the Stormtiger to be ready again. It is actually ready. Just need a target. Another SU-85 coming out here for the Soviet Union. Quickly rushing up, he wants to take out that SU-76.
SU-76, go ahead. Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
Oh, but Pack is setting up. That's the SU-76. Stormtiger is not firing yet. We'll keep an eye on this thing here. Tiger tank pushing up on the southern flank meanwhile. And the T-34-76 is not going to win out here on the open fields. Well, not be that open, but still. Oh, actually didn't penetrate. Hitting it on the Stup though, killing it. Nice. Oh, actually penetrates from the 76, never mind. Soviets are doing pretty well despite everything, I guess. Su-85 has to look at the southward to do with the Tiger. But the Germans know it's there. I think it took a shot. Took a bullet from a pistol. Lots of Soviet infantry is heading southwards though. What's the center right now? Probably realizing bunching up here is not just going to make an easy target for the Stormtiger. Stormtiger is pushing up. Someone is firing, probably on that AT gun. Might be a little bit overkill, but you do you. Killing 3 things actually. Scary. It's a very expensive thing to fire. 200 munitions to reload it. So it's not the cheapest. Like a tank is pulling back for repair still. The Soviets have taken some pretty heavy losses here. So the Mthis is able to secure the northern fuel though. They just need to hold this cutoff point as well. But now they can spread out and secure some more territory. Looks like the Untersturmführer grabs the DPM off the ground. Guess someone knows how to use that really weird looking record player gun. Another Su-85 arriving here for the Soviets.
Yes, comrade. You have orders.
Stormtiger on the move. It is ready to fire again already, so Anno is definitely using a lot of their munitions to keep this thing ready, which I guess you should when you have it. Like, you want to utilize it frequently so you can actually hurt the enemy. And those Su-85s might be smart enough to not get too close to one another, because you don't want to make yourself an obvious target against the Stormtiger. You want to spread out. Oh, here's firing. It's aiming for that Su-85, I imagine. Yeah, hitting it straight in the front. Thankfully, the other Su-85 was not nearby. But there's nothing to really push up with alongside it. Just with a recon here, but I didn't know it's there. Those were trying to go down for the other fuel though, but the Panzergrenadier stopped them. With all their automatic weaponry again. Looks like a bunker's going to probably serve as a repair station. Fuel airdropped in the Soviet base. We might see a Soviet heavy tank at some point. If they can save up enough for it. It's not cheap. The IS-2 is not a cheap tank at all. Probably the only allied tank that can like go head to head with the heaviest of the German tanks. When the Stormtiger is ready to fire again, this might be the death of all these units here. Depends if it decides it's a target worth firing at. Trying to get close enough here. Not sure what the range in it is anymore. Oh, it's definitely gonna fire out. Oh yeah, it's just slowly tearing through the Soviet units one by one. That's the power of the Stormtiger, everyone. Very powerful unit in team games. So, oh, good high explosive there from the Su-85 actually. I don't see the Su-85s enough because I don't think we see too many Soviets play tank destroyer commanders, but they can have some very useful weaponry. Because I think it's only the Su-85 is available to you if you're playing as tank destroyer. So it's definitely not a very common sight. That's 1 out of 6 commanders. Half-class sneaking around. Those have some stormtroopers now arriving here for Mano. Some more elite assault infantry available to all SS commanders. And be equipped with a lot of equipment like full Sturmgewehrs if you want. Very potent at that. Sturmtiger's ready to fire again. Students decide to fall back though. Stormtiger's getting targeted by my Maxim though, so they're not going to be able to do much. It fires again. So it's realized it was coming and scattered. We're losing one squad this time. You have to be very observant and listen. Like, sound is one of your best allies if you're fighting against a Stormtiger because you can hear it in the background. Unfortunately, it's generally not. You generally don't get enough of a reaction time. Just don't bunch up your units at all and try to not be an easy target, basically. But that's easier said than done, obviously. Ooh, they might be getting close to the Stormtiger here, but there's a pack covering it. There's actually 2 packs covering it. 3 packs covering it. Yeah, they don't want to lose that Stormtiger. And so they're keeping that Stormtiger well defended. H85 down. Stormtiger's ready to fire again. Packs setting up. Getting some shots in. Tiger also around again on the southern flank. So it's dropping in more fuel. We are seeing one IS-2 being prepared. Soviet heavy tank is going to be coming on the field soon. We would have explosive there through the wood pile. They'll be landing around the Soviet trench, force them back. Stormtiger is ready to fire. Just needs an appropriate target. Actually, they don't have enough munitions to reload it if they fire it. It is very costly to keep firing, so... We also have Siberians here, a unique squad available to tank destroyer. Very good light infantry that's good at fighting in rough terrain. They're also equipped to fight very good at long range. They're being given a DPM at the moment. Yeah, Siberians are best in winter maps because they have the ability that they don't die to the cold. Unfortunately, people don't really play with the winter mechanics, so... Yeah, that's that. That said, still a good squad. They're recon. Ooh, H85 have got target here on the Stormtiger. Ooh, but no penetration though. It's very hard to penetrate this thing frontally. They also have very high armor. Siberians are getting some more shots in and trying their best. Looks like the Siberians might have to pull back at some point. Hansel is pushing up through the center. Lux is leading the way, serving as a command vehicle obviously, but here's the IS-2. You equip with a Dushka on top. And improved tracks, I think? Yeah, improved tracks. Okay, so it can turn a little bit faster. And that's actually a target that Tiger wants to avoid fighting if it can. But it is a target for the Stormtiger. This is a very dangerous tank. The IS-2 can shock many German players who are new to Spearhead at how powerful the IS-2 is. The armor on this thing is absolutely ridiculous. Actually, it's not that bad. It's not that bad, actually. I thought the armor would be higher, but it's just the gun on this thing. This thing will chew through German tanks. It's 122mm. It looks like the Stormtiger is already relocating. It's a very effective weapon in dealing with Soviet heavy tanks. You can hit them. So we have some Siberians on the flank. Siberians are doing a pretty decent job with their DPM here. Soviets know where it is. Yeah, sight on it. T-3045 Ace as well. IS-2 should probably be on prioritized vehicles. It doesn't waste its 122mm gun on infantry. You know, don't want to waste those shells on that because they take a while to reload. 15 to 17 seconds, that's not cheap. Oh, Panzerfaust. Took out the gun. But IS has to pull back. Tiger didn't penetrate, no surprise. It's very hard for the Tiger to penetrate this thing. Oh, but the Stormtiger gets it. And that's why you need to clear out the Grenadiers and Volksgrenadiers, because they are Panzerfausts. Because they only have enough munitions to reload this thing again. Once at the moment. It's not cheap to reload in the long run. Very clearly. But service have built a more of a force now up here. More Siberians have arrived on the battlefield. It's good to see more of the Doctrine unique units arriving. And Siberians is definitely one of the more intriguing ones. Ooh, SG-85's in trouble there. Several planes flying overhead from the Red Air Force. Alpha took a shot there. SG-85 took a shot. It looks like we have double overlapping music now. That's a bug that happens sometimes. 85 Ace took out the Lux apparently, leaving the command team outside it. Oh, but pack shot hits the 85 Ace. Force the 85 Ace back. Yeah, sometimes we get overlapping music on some maps. It's a little bit annoying. Let's see. Looks like the Stormtiger is ready to fire again. Mattcasting is still driving around. Here comes German infantry trying to push forwards. With an SU-85 around though, which could be a threat to the German tanks if it can get good shots in. Problem is, it's very hard to move an SU-85 in a good position. 85 Ace is still being repaired here. It's in an ambush position. How they're hiding this thing out in an open field with mud, I have no idea. Just add some bushes on it, Ivan. I'm sure that will work. Yes, Petrov, I'm sure slapping random bush will help. Oh, we also have the Polish Resistance called in. Which is the unique battle group available to USSR tank destroyer, by the way. Very cool to see them. We rarely see the Polish Resistance being utilized. Not really that good in combat though, as partisans are not really the best combat units. Oh, that's a Stormtiger shot. Ow. They priced one squad entirely. Liberians ready to move up again. Tiger tank is also keeping an eye on the northern flank here. But the Frontline is not really having an easy time pushing up on the German infantry. Speaking of battle groups too, though, we had the Panzerlehr called in. Battle group available to Wehrmacht Panzer. Probably some of the best Panzer grenadiers you can get. Equipped with MG42 100 rounds, I'm pretty sure. Tiger tank pushing for the smoke. Ooh, trying to get a shot on the Ace. Pulls back after seeing double 85s pointing at it. Ooh, Kranz is being mowed down in the open thanks to the MP40s. Stormtiger can be reloaded again. Here's the Panzerlehr. They can indeed get the MG42 100 rounds. So they've both got Gewalterladung still. No other weapon upgrades yet. Germans are probably lacking a little bit in munitions. Trying to push again the 85 Ace. We're trying to get up on the SU-85 Panzerfaust. Doesn't go off though. Not close enough. Panzerfaust on the 85 Ace. Kills it. Good job there from the Panzerlehr. And Siberians are not having the easiest time there. Lots of troops holding up behind this little sandbag position. Tiger tank moving up again. And the Soviets are losing a lot of units on all the flanks by the looks of it. I think the Germans might have the upper hand here. We just need to capitalize on it. Let's see what kind of weapons they plan to give them. Obviously they get the MG42 100 rounds, they're really a good choice. I'll possibly give them the Gewehr 43s. Gewehr 43s are very underappreciated. Also fairly cheap gun. Only 20 munitions for two of them. It improves their firepower at all ranges really. Although it's just a bit of upgrade for them, I feel. The only German semi-auto rifles just don't get a good rep for some reason in the mod. Despite, I believe they actually are pretty decent.
Our infantry
I guess people generally just want the MP40s or the scope version of it. Or just the Sturmgewehr. Generally people always go for the Sturmgewehr if they can. It looks like the Polish partisans are being given camouflage so they can stealth when in cover. That's the weird thing about the Polish partisans. They can't actually all around, which I really think they should be able to. That would make them way more useful, in all honesty. Currently, I think the Polish partisans are kind of weak. Probably also why we don't really see them.
AT gun is ready for combat.
SU-85 pulling up here again. Stormtiger gets ready to fire though.
Standing by.
So it's like getting a second IS-2 though. But will that be enough? Depends on how they use it. The Baron's walking around. Maxim still holding the point up here. Will they use the Stormtiger on one machine gun? Probably not. Manned by Poles, apparently. Polish partisans. Guess they found one thing they are good at right now.
MG squad awaiting orders.
Tiger Tank and Stormtiger pushing up. Oh, will they fire this thing on that? No, probably not. That'll be a waste of it. Especially with a Tiger Tank nearby. As Siberians have to pull back there. Maxim out there in the open. And Maxim manned by the Polish resistance still holding up here. But for how long? That is suppressing them pretty well, so good job for them. Guess they got a hang of it. Very nice of them. It's a such a cool mixed unit of all kinds of civilian outfits and even women. Artillery going in on them though. Oh, they're not moving. Oh, they're probably dead. Oh, SU-85, very good shot there, the Tiger Tank. The Stormtiger now got a target. Then the SU-85. Polish resistance Maxim got taken out by looks of it. That's sight to see. Still have one squad of the Polish resistance running around. I'm not sure how useful they'll be at this point. IS-2 is trying around, but... Oh, it's going for the Tiger! Oh, it doesn't penetrate! Oh, the Tiger knows, so it has to pull back quickly. Stormtiger's almost ready to fire again. And it might have his target already. He knows what has to fire, I mean, he can see it. And the German infantry is pushing up in the field here, finally taking it again. And it's only an AT gun trying to hold them back. IS-2 is trying around. Stormtiger is ready to take its shot. It just needs to see the target. You cannot blind fire the Stormtiger, by the way. You actually need sight on the target, which is a decent balancing thing, I think. Oh, there's a mine? Huh. Now, none of this German infantry has good AT abilities, but I think the IS-2 knows if it stays still, the Stormtiger will just turn on it and fire. Pakistan's tank still needs some repairs. When Panzer is moving up here through the fields. Exposed a lot here by the IS-2, but now the Stormtiger has a target. Here comes. Oh, hitting him right at the IS-2 and destroying it. That's what makes this thing so freakishly potent. Because you can just cancel a unit. So powerful. Panzer just holding up at the center, not much action going on the other flanks at the moment. Quite kind of silent at the moment. Soviets could probably push up and secure the fuel here again. Firefight in the center now with the Panzer there trying to push up. Supported by the Lieutenant. There might be too much machine gun fire coming our way. Artillery call in there. 85 Ace also driving around. Stormtiger is ready to fire again. And it's fine. Oh, good shot too, killing a lot of units right there. Or Polish resistance pulled in, apparently. 85 is trying to get a shot on the Tiger. Got a good shot right there! But gets taken out by one shot from the Tiger tank. Oh, yeah, not looking good for the Soviets. Now the Stormtiger is assaulting with the infantry. Plane crashes. This is a lot of chaos going on all of a sudden. All of a sudden, Panzer just pushing up. A lot of automatic fire. Grenade assaults going in. That's actually a blank call, but my bad. They're going underway though. They have to reload. That is a grenade from the Polish resistance. Forcing the Panzergrenadiers back. Panzer there pulling back behind the sandbags, I think. They're getting back behind it. Another shot from the Stormtiger. Destroying the triage station. That's not going to be good for the Soviets. AKBR 43 is being upgraded in the lair. Good choice. That's what I like to see. AKBR 43 really is so underappreciated. Tiger tank preparing to move up again. Stormtiger is almost reloaded again. Gibbs tries to secure more ground with the assault forces. Yeah, I don't think the Soviets and the Polish resistance can hold on for much longer. Germans are just pushing forward so aggressively. It looks like this Soviet vanguard is about to face its end. German defense has just been too hard here, and yep, the Soviets pull back for another go at a later date. Hope you all enjoyed this chaotic little battle. I'll see you all next one, everyone. Bye bye.